right now, I want to spend the remaining of our time on answering questions. Please post what you've been doing. I'd love to see and help you and assist you and coach you on what you wrote. Okay, great. So let me just answer a couple of questions on funnel tweaks. Okay, so about the model, if the lead magnet is a PDF file, okay, 30 games for kids that will give moms 1 hour of freedom every day. Are there great models to deliver to my customers? Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I can't do your market research for you. You need to do the due diligence by searching on Google and seeing what those results are to determine, the models to look at. I don't know who's crushing it in the mom business. I mean, I'm sure I'm in a few different markets, but I don't know. I will never have the type of insight you will have in your market if you're actually serious. I wouldn't be able to tell you like who's the people in the guitar market or the dog training or markets that I'm not active in anymore. So you'll need to go and look at different models to look at. But what I can tell you is to look at models that's crushing it. And again, the way to look at models is to look at just 2 places. Take a look at Amazon. So for Trang, I would say go take a look at Amazon, go to like parenting and see all of the best products in parenting and see the angle which they're selling physical products, what they are. At the same time, I will also go to digital product marketplaces like ClickBank. Same thing, I will go to the parenting section to see all of the different offers and funnels to see how marketers are selling their parenting products to give you ideas on what a good offer and what a good lead magnet is. Okay, so next one is Boon. When you do know something once, when you do something once for the next 4 months, how do you know the material will not be out of date? Okay, great question. So one thing that I'm always thinking about is how can I create something that is evergreen? Okay, now this is important, especially if you've been to Internet Mastery Retreat, is that the lowest level to serve somebody is to talk about theory and tactics, if you make it tactical. So if you talk about something that's tactical, tactics will change. And if you think about it, tactics will never change somebody's life, and tactics will never serve somebody at their highest level because tactics will change. So when I teach my events, whether it's Internet Income Intensive, Game Changer Intensive, Internet Mastery Retreat, I'm always thinking about strategy. I'm always thinking about mindset, beliefs, because those things will serve people at highest level, and those things are evergreen. That will not change, okay? And I can tell you, first of all, it's this, okay? If I went on Facebook and I talked about, here is the latest Facebook strategy on targeting and retargeting, and I showed them all the steps, and I showed them, here's how you set up the pixel, and here's how you run the retargeting. Those things might go out of date, and guess what? Those things will perform really poorly. Why? Because it's tactical. Yes, it's important to think about tactics, but what I want you guys to focus on to serve your audience at highest level, higher level would be number 1, strategy. Number 2 would be mindset, beliefs, transformation, right? That is how you are able to serve your audience on a much higher level. So you take a look at my stuff, my Facebook. Facebook, the times when I talk about things that is time sensitive, then it will be a Facebook Live. So if I want to know, I want to mention like, hey guys, there is a big change on Facebook right now. They're shutting down accounts, which is what they did last week, right? I will go on a Facebook Live because that thing is time sensitive. But I'm not going to talk about something that's time sensitive to be queued up 4 months later, right? So great question. So how do I queue it up and know that it won't be obsolete? Is because what I focus on is on strategy. What I focus on is on mindset, personal development, beliefs, and these are things that will not go stale. If it's something that will go stale, which is time sensitive and tactical, then I will do a Facebook Live, right? For things like that. And that is something I want you guys to be thinking about when it comes to creating your content, okay? Next one, okay? Guys, I still see your comments in the Zoom, can you please just post it all over here so that I can, see them in one place? Appreciate it. Okay, Harm's next question. Oh, feedback. Okay, great. Very nice. Okay, so what did you choose? Wealth. What is your sub-market investing? What is your current vehicle? Mutual funds, brokers, CFD, options. What is their current false beliefs? Okay. Vehicle, it's better outsource. People only do it in their self-interest. So when you say outsource, I'm assuming that they are saying, oh, okay, let me just get a fund manager to handle all of my money for me. Okay. I'll come to, I'll let you speak in a sec. Let me just go through this real quick. Internal investing cost a lot of time. Okay, great. External is investing is complex. It's very risky. Who do you model? Okay, the webinar funnel. Okay, great. Russell Brunson. What are your 3 secret headlines? How to make 20% per year by following the arrows. Okay. We'll come to that in a second. That can be tweaked and improved. How to manage your portfolio in 5 minutes per week. Okay, great. So this is answering the investing takes a lot of time, and how you can save thousands of euros per year in costs. Okay, great. So, hey Harm, are you there? Are you able to speak? I'm gonna unmute your mic right now.
Yeah.
Hey, my man. Could you care to explain to us what it is that when it comes to your secret 1, 2, 3, specifically what it is about?
Yeah, what I did, I developed software which helps people to get the buy and sell signals, the arrows, so people know where to buy and where to sell the stocks.
Okay, great. Okay, so ultimately what you want to offer is a software, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and you feel that the main reason why people will not do it because they take up a lot of time and they feel it is very risky.
Yeah, normally people don't want to start investing because they think it's for the very smart people, and it takes a lot of time and it's very risky. So people don't start with investing. And with the software I developed, it's very easy because people only have to, it's like a navigation system. It says here go right, there go left. So people just follow the arrows, and then it's very easy to do in about 5 minutes a day. Okay,
great. And is this software going to be like a recurring thing that you're selling, or is it a one-time thing? How does it work?
It's a one-time thing.
Okay, okay, great. So what I would like, okay, so how to make 20% per year by following the arrows. I just want to tighten up the languaging here a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, because like the arrows, it's a little bit vague. So like when I read this, like I didn't know what it meant. Let's talk about the story that you have attached to this so that we can come up with a better secret. What would you say? Are you able to tell a story that kind of illustrates why these arrows?
Yeah. I had a lot of people working for me in my business, and I experienced that I was not very enthusiastic about managing people. So I was looking for a solution for which I could do the analysis myself and stop paying the people on my team, the analysts, so I can do it myself. That's why I came up with the idea of developing software so I can do it, the analysis myself in about 5 minutes a week and still make a lot of money without having a large team on my staff.
Okay, great. So guys, are you guys hearing this? So what we need to do is if we know that the red ocean is people saying, you know what, why don't I just give my money to my banker or to my mutual fund guy, let them handle my money again, because you want to, those are objections, right? So what you want to do is to answer those objections. And it's true, if it's true for you, what I would say would be this. So there was a point in time where when I was handling my own money, my own finances, what I would do is I would just hand my money to the professionals, right? After all, these are the professionals, the banker, the people in Wall Street. And I realized that when I did that, at the end of the year, they would give me like, 5%. And while to many people, 5% might seem decent, here's the thing I realized. It's that they were actually making so much more, and 5% was just a tiny portion of what they would be making. And I thought, what if I could actually do what these guys are doing, but doing it so much better so that I don't have to give them the majority, the lion's share. I could keep it all to myself. And that was when I realized that I needed to get smart with my investing and take charge of my own financial destiny rather than handing it to somebody. Okay. Now I want you to find the story that's true for you. Now, so guys, notice what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get Harm to find his story. Like what I would do as well is like for people, if let's say I'm marketing to these people in the US, like one of the things I would say is like, there was a point in time when I trusted these experts and I gave it to the guys at Wall Street. And when this subprime mortgage crisis happened, everything was wiped out and I lost everything. And I thought to myself, how can that happen? These guys are supposed to be experts. And by giving my money to experts, I actually lost everything. So this is to answer the objection. So guys, notice what the objection is. The objection is, why don't I just give my money to experts for them to handle? So I want you to be very clear on your story that must answer this objection. So the way to answer the objection is to tell a story that must be true for you. I'm not asking you to create something up. It must be true for you on an instance where you entrusted an expert to take care of your money and either they didn't perform and you had to bear all the risk, or they lost money for you. And I'm sure that this is something many people will be able to resonate with, right? So that answers that objection of, okay, you need to know how you handle your own money. Okay, does that make sense, Harm?
Great, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so let's just move on to, so with secret number 2 and number 3, same thing over here because I want to answer the other question as well. So your task here is to think about the stories attached to secrets number 2 and number 3 to show people that it will save more time as well as how they can save money in terms of, reduce their risk, because it is actually more risky to invest it with a professional rather than to take charge themselves. Okay, that would be your main task.
Yeah.
Okay,
sense.
great. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks.
So so again, guys, when I'm coaching one person, I want you to know that this is what you need to be doing. Okay. So for Jason, he's in wealth. Facebook marketing is the red ocean. What is the current vehicle? Facebook ads, spamming products and news feeds, spam Facebook Messenger. Okay, great. False beliefs. Vehicle is, I tried Facebook marketing before. I didn't get the results. Okay, great. I don't know what to do. I suck at writing. I got no time. Okay, so I want to help you guys with the story. I think you guys nailed this part. Next thing is, Jason, I'm going to unmute you right now. Okay, go ahead and share with us. So guys, before I get Jason start speaking, I know that for some of you still, and I'm going to say this on this call, is that understand that these calls is a great way for you to start getting practice. I know that for some of you, like being on video and speaking in front of, 30, 40 other people, that might be scary for you right now, but this is the place to get practice, right? It's because once you want to bring it out there, when you want to scale to thousands of people, it's going to be a lot scary as well. Okay. So get practice over here in terms of your story, your messaging. Okay, Jason, go ahead. Tell us your story when it comes to the vehicle, internal, external.
Okay, for the vehicle, the objection will be I tried Facebook marketing before, but I didn't see result. I prefer face-to-face. Okay, for my story will be, okay, last time I used to be a sales advisor. We are actually using a traditional way of doing sales, cold calling. And after that, we're doing a roadshow event. After that, we saw Facebook is very hot. So everyone is on Facebook right now. So we also actually jump on the boat. We're also using Facebook. Then because we want to be high on from the Facebook, we use the company name to promote our product. So we spam all the product. We actually use a messenger to spam to our prospect, but we didn't see any result because so we thought that Facebook is not for us. We still prefer face-to-face interaction. Then after that will be what will be my story will be see. I saw Peng Joon the moment I give me aha about Facebook marketing is because every day I saw your motivation quote. Then actually build relationship between me and you, know. Then after that you actually run online webcast. So I go to register. I give my name, I give my email address. They actually listen to your presentation for the internet income intensive. So you give a value to me. Then after that, I buy your program. At the moment, give me very, very big aha. I say, hey, why my Facebook marketing cannot work, but Peng Joon is work. And I'm the customer who pay the money. I didn't even meet you before, you know. So I actually start to actually zoom in my Facebook marketing. I actually use my name. I know there's a value you need to build first before you run your offer. So this is my story about Facebook marketing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So you are trying to set, okay, so this is good. Okay. So right now, this vehicle is, so notice what Jason's doing. Jason is trying to sell the vehicle of Facebook. But the truth is, so here's one thing, okay? I want you to know if people are normally sold already by the vehicle. I can tell you that if you put this message out there, there's a lot of people who would say, yeah, I know Facebook works, okay? So like Facebook as the vehicle would have been great, I'd say, maybe 5 years ago, because people are like, wow, Facebook really, let me try that out. But today, if you want to target mass audiences, especially, well, not to say mass, but people in sales, in real estate, in banking, people will be like, yeah, I already know, Facebook, but I have colleagues who tried Facebook and they lost money on Facebook. Okay. So right now, I want you to focus on the symptom of problems people have in Facebook rather than just Facebook as the vehicle, because that's still too broad. And even by answering objections about the other channels, people will still have objections on Facebook itself. So notice, like what I say, if I want you to be answering objections, not just on all the other channels, okay? Because most of the time now people understand that, yes, advertising on doing road shows, like you say, on magazines and newspaper, all that's ineffective. In their minds, they know it's ineffective already. And by showing them the vehicle is Facebook, the last thing we want people to tell themselves is, oh yeah, I already know that, okay? I want you to be able to give some sort of insight and symptom, okay? For you guys, I want you to think about what is the symptom. Symptom must always be very specific so that people, when they hear that, be like, yeah, that's me, okay? So I want you to think about, in your market right now, all these others, real estate agents, bankers, what do you think they're all doing that is not getting them that desired results? So I know, like you said, Facebook ads, right? Spamming product offers, okay? What else do you think they're doing that's not effective?
They didn't build any value before they sell anything.
Okay, great. Okay, very good. Okay, so I want you to talk about the sorry, 1 second. I got distracted with a personal message here. So yeah, be a little bit more specific with the issues that they face.
Okay, like for example, let's say the property agent, right? So let's say go to a normal property agent, they actually use the Facebook to do marketing, but you go to the page, first they use company instead of personal. So there's no any personal interaction with the people. Second, the whole Facebook new feed will be spam the project without giving any value about property investment. So this is majority of the property agent they are doing. Same to the insurance agent, what they do, what they post will be, example, they will post an accident or they will post someone passed away. So they say that's why you must get insurance. Yeah, yeah.
That's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, so okay, I like that. Okay, so your story for vehicle in order to sell Facebook, okay, is you must be able to throw rocks at Facebook by mentioning the obvious in your messaging. You must be able to say things like, okay, so we understand that all these other methods, right, road shows, TV, radio, newspaper, they're all ineffective. And many times people, chances are you already know that Facebook is effective. And you probably have tried things like going in a news feed, putting up different products up there and spamming people's messengers with different stories, trying to get them to buy. And guess what? You know that that's not effective as well. So the truth is, we know that Facebook is the way to go, but you must have some sort of advantage by doing things differently, right? And here's how you can actually get an unfair advantage on Facebook by doing things differently. So the most important thing is this, right? And this applies to all of you right now, is this. If you are going to propose a vehicle that is, chances are something that they already know, you must mention the obvious. Because if not, people will say and think, well, yeah, tell me something I don't know, right? And they feel smart by saying that they already know that. So you must address saying, chances are you already know Facebook is the future. It's the tool that will help you get an advantage. The question is, how do you stop doing what everybody else is doing, right? Which is doing all those things, X, Y, Z. You need to have an unfair advantage. Here, I'm going to show you how you can get an unfair advantage. Okay, so the only thing with your Jason for the vehicle is I want you to think about how you can make it so that if you're talking about something that is common, acknowledge that it's common, but add an element to it so that they can see, okay, even if this vehicle is common, there's something uncommon about the techniques that I learned about this vehicle. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so work on the other stories as well, but most importantly, the summary for you would be having stories that really is able to drill down on people's symptoms. Okay, what is a symptom? Symptom would be something that people would be like, it's symptoms are never generic. It's always very specific, right? Specific things like having your Facebook ads, shut down, quality score low, getting a ton of complaints where people go on your Facebook ads and trolling you, giving you, saying that you're a scammer, right? Things like that where people will be like, yeah, that's me, okay, right? So rather than saying, are you having problems with Facebook, right? Does your ads suck? Are you losing money in Facebook? Those are just very generic. What drives points home is when you can think about what are the symptoms. Give me a second. I'm just reading something over here. I'm actually a really slow reader. Trung, I'm reading your message, but it's super long. Okay, but I got it. I'll answer your private. I'll thank you for your feedback. So apparently something ripped somebody. Was this in Vietnam, Trung? Yeah. Okay. So somebody in Vietnam ripped off my entire slide deck and did the entire same close and all of the slides and taught the same thing that I taught. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I muted myself. Wait. Am I unmuted now? Yeah, okay, wait. You know what? I've been in this business for so long that I want you guys to know that these things don't even bother me anymore. Okay, I want you guys to know that when you start creating stuff that is good, what is bound to happen 100% is a bunch of Xerox machines and copycats coming up. Okay, that's bound to happen. Whether it's your funnel, whether it's your product, or what Trang said here, my entire slide deck and offered the same thing. It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but the truth is that's part and parcel of the journey. Okay, people say like, oh, what if I do this and somebody copy my idea, right? You got to understand that all of the best-selling products of all time, whether it is Think and Grow Rich or Rich Dad Poor Dad, or it is some sort of course online, the ones that's made millions of dollars, there's always a pirated version of it. Okay, and of course these people, you know, take a look at all the best-selling books of all time. Can you get the PDF version of it on the torrent? Sure. Think about the best-selling softwares of all. Do you think you can get a pirated version of Microsoft Word, Adobe, Photoshop, and, you know, get it for free? Of course, right? And these are billion-dollar companies. So what does that tell us? It just tells us that it's part and parcel of the journey. The most important thing is not to let it derail you. Like for me, if it's like, I won't even, you know, like the most important thing is just stay focused. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make here. But Trang, thank you for informing me. What's funny is that this thing is always very apparent, especially in Vietnam. It's just the way it is. But anyway, okay, so that being said, I just want to quickly finish this up. Okay, Harm says, this is working. Monday, I'll do another online training. I've been above 10% conversions. Wow, well done, Harm. 3 weeks in a row, 497 euros, 40, 50, 10K per month, right? So 5K and then a 5K left for core funnel. I want to implement. Do I boost the value video and then retargeting the video to ad? Harm, this is great. Harm, I think, could you just quickly share with us your success story and what you've been doing? Just elaborate on that so that, you know, other people can see like, oh, wow, you know, other people doing it and it works.
Yeah, well, it works. I made the PowerPoint presentation. I did a couple of times now. I adjusted my offer, and I have consistently now over 10% conversion rates of the people who join the webinar. And I was now working on my value video, which I made, and I was hoping I get a lot of traction there on Facebook, but apparently Facebook only shows the videos when you are paying. So I have a lot of people who liked the video, so that's good. But now I'm looking for how to reach more people with the video, and then to get retarget the people who like the video with my ads, and then go to the webinar. Because I've now, on average, between 100 and 150 people who want to join my webinar, and around 50 people join the webinar live. And I have around 5 to 7 sales every week. So it's working. So I'm very happy with it, of course, but now I want to scale it. And I'm looking for a way, what's the best way to scale it, because I want to retarget the audience who watched the video, or maybe for other ways of retargeting the previous videos which I made on Facebook. So I want to. I'm very curious about what you think is the best way to scale the webinar funnel now, because after the webinar funnel, of course, want to do the high-end funnel and the front-end funnel as well.
Okay. First thing you got to do is you got to pop the champagne bottle in the background over there. Okay.
That's two already. Yep.
And celebrate what you've done. First of all, I can tell you that the fact that you did a live webinar and you've done it multiple times now, and you know, doing that, you've done what I would say 99% of what other internet marketers have not done. So, you know, acknowledge yourself for that and just celebrate that. So you mentioned, you know, 5 to 7 sales. What's your current price point on that webinar?
The people, they pay $497 for the product.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so couple of things. First thing I would test is I would double the price point at least, because I can tell you that when you double the price point, your sales will not be halved. Like, I am so confident. And when you sell it at $1,000, your sales will not go down to 5%. Okay. So that's one thing to test out. And that would be like the first thing I would test out. Double the price point, because a webinar can ease a price point for a webinar should be $1,000 to $2,000. Okay. First piece. Second piece is all of your videos, and this is for all you guys as well. It is to understand that for Facebook videos, Facebook has made it a pay-to-play game. Okay. So even like for me or anybody else for that matter, it doesn't matter how long you took to build that audience. Facebook says now, you know, you want to reach your own people, you got to pay us money. Okay. And that's what they're doing now to keep their shareholders happy. And people will complain about it. But look, as with all platforms, it's all survival of the fittest. Okay. So the people who can't handle it, they'll be the ones who will quit and complain that Facebook ads don't work. So paying to boost your videos is part and parcel of the game now. So what I would do, since you have a webinar up, is thinking about like the red ocean, right? So people are thinking like, but it's so expensive. Why don't I just get the expert, the fund manager to handle my money? So my one of the videos would be things like, you know, I would bash like fund managers, right? How fund managers are actually, you know, stealing your money. I'll make it polarizing. Okay, it's going to offend people, but if you make it good, that's when people share it. Because if you have the text, the bars there, like how your banker is stealing your money, that's going to get you eyeballs, right? How your banker is stealing your money. Okay, and then after that, you just teach, no call to action, nothing. And then after that, that's when you run a retargeting ad that says things like, hey, I noticed you watched my video on how bankers are stealing your money. If you'd like to find out how you can be in charge of your own financial destination by increasing your financial knowledge, you would want to join me in this upcoming masterclass. Okay, so that's how you retarget. It's all about knowing your numbers. And for those of you guys that's, you know, if you're new to this, that is where we'll dive deeper into funnel tweaks to see where your weakest link is. But the next thing you need to work on is a funnel stack. Okay, so if you take a look at my proven presentations funnel, so you will see that for proven presentations, what I do, and let me just get this up, is I'm going to give you the same advice I gave Stephen Young after he built his first successful webinar funnel, is this. Okay, so like for example, proven presentations, I run ads to my funnel, to my webinar funnel, and there will be people who don't register, there will be people who don't buy, right? But I've gotten their email, and rather than letting it go to waste, what I would like you to work on next is to do a product launch funnel sequence to stack it so that the people that are fence sitters that didn't register for your webinar, that attended your webinar that didn't buy, you are, or even if they bought, you're going to send them to a 4-video sequence after that talks about, you know, the vehicle, internal, external, that's the basis of it, and then a sales video so that you can really maximize every single lead that comes into your funnel. Okay, but that is basically the next thing that you need to work on is to shoot your product launch funnel. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, so let me just, I want to make sure that I handle the questions in here. So, okay, Lai, wealth market, red ocean is crypto, mainly dominated by men ranging from experts to participants to traders and learners. Women most are afraid or not interested, thinking it's techie or investment related. Vehicle, false beliefs, get rich quick, gambling too risky, I'm not a coder, programmer, I don't know investments, why bother? Maybe just a short-term fad. I want a model, Peng Joon's free plus shipping model. I also want to consider webinar. Okay, so I want this to be specific. Okay, so for you, Lai, I want you to think about like who is a model in crypto that is crushing it. I know that there's this, I can't remember offhand, but there's just someone who just did last just last week, oh man, these guy, he partnered up with a few of these internet marketers, and they just did over $1 million in sales in like 4 days. I can't remember a name offhand, but again, this is where you want to be really aware of your market. So same thing here, goes for all you guys. One thing that you need to do, like right after this call, if you haven't already done so, is you need to be in a list of every single top marketer in your market, right? So if it's crypto, I want you to be able to enter your name and email right now to like 20 other crypto people, marketers that, you know, that is doing well. And you'll know they're doing well by, if you see all these other people promoting them, because people will not promote somebody else if they don't know how to sell. Okay, so take a look at all these other people that's in your market, whether it's Forex, whether it's crypto, whether it is, you know, building funnels, whether it's Facebook. You need to see what they're doing and make sure that you have a system that goes in the inbox like what I've shown you, so that it doesn't, you know, spam up your whole entire inbox. Okay, I am in at least a minimum of 300 people's lists right now in different markets. Okay, and that's what you want to be doing in order to see what they are doing. Okay, so in order to kind of fully understand what other crypto guys are doing. Okay, because guess what, in terms of answering these objections, you'll also see that they have those things answered. Okay, okay, now for you, Lai, I'm going to, I don't see you on this, maybe on the next page. Hey, Lai, are you here? Could you raise your hand so that I can see you? Oh,
Sorry,
here you are.
Peng Joon.
Oh, here you are. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, sorry. What do you want to ask me?
So I would like to find out from you in terms of your story.
Yeah.
And
okay.
pretend, okay, so pretend like all of us here right now, we are attending and listening to you, and we're thinking like, so why should we do crypto? Okay, so what is the story that you feel will help us answer the objection on that vehicle?
Okay. Okay. So I think I think first, right, my niche is I'm trying to target women specifically, because I think women has a much higher resistance to even like trying to even understand crypto. So then I think my story is like my personal experience. You know, like my husband and my, you know, brother-in-law and everyone, guys are talking about crypto, you know, and then every time I think when they are talking about it, I guess I just tend to, you know, shut down or, you know, just like not interested in all that. Yeah. But I think not too long ago, actually, I started reading some books, and I found out actually it's not really just about making money and all that. It is so much more. You know, there's I guess the main ideology behind it, you know, that basically like it is about giving back freedom, you know, and power back to the individual. So it's actually about so much more than that, right? And also about, I think, like it just saves so much cost for people to like send money, remittance, you know, to the poor people. So it's actually many more concepts than just get rich quick, which everyone talks about, right? Whenever they talk about crypto, it's all about money.
Yep.
And yeah, and there's also a lot of people trying to actually, you know, people who made it rich already in crypto, they are actually giving out money, you know, they're actually donating, like, you know, there's this, yeah, all these things like Pineapple Fund and all that. So I want, and I think my suspicion is that many women didn't know about all these things because these are not talked about. It's not exciting and all that stuff, right? So that's one thing on the vehicle.
Okay. Okay, first feedback here, and this would also apply to all of you, is when it comes to marketing and selling a product, the last thing we want to do is to persuade a group of people who is a no into a yes. That's tough marketing, okay? Trying to target people who have a high resistance because it's not popular among them and getting them to say yes. So the only tweak I would do for this is I wouldn't want to box myself into a corner and say, I only want to target women. I want you to come from the angle, like if you know, and I know that's true as well, crypto, if you take a look at the people that's in a crypto seminar, probably like 90% male. Okay. So if that was the case and the male marketer didn't box himself, think about if you only targeted women, you would get that 10% and maybe a little bit more because you're a woman yourself. But you would have lost out in the majority of that just because you marketed and you position yourself that it's just for women. So while it's great, so know that because you are a woman and you're already up there, whether it's through a webinar, whether it's through a sales video, whether it's through an event, naturally you will attract more women, but don't box yourself in by saying, I just want to market to women, because women don't understand. So then imagine if you're trying to convince a majority that already have that fear, it becomes very tough. But what if you can be that minority, that exception that has mastered this thing, you're able to teach it, but at the same time, you're able to target to both men and women. So the first tweak here is don't box yourself in, target everybody, because males are the easier sale, right? So you don't want to exclude them just because of that, okay? Yeah, so in terms of the vehicle, another one I noticed that you wrote here was you don't have to be a programmer or coder. Now, other than buying like Ethereum last year, I don't know much about like crypto. Like I only know how marketers market in crypto, but I don't really know crypto myself. But as somebody who is not an expert in crypto, I never thought that my objection would be, I need a programmer or coder. My main objection would be, is this a fad? Is this going to last? Is this, you know, is it too late? Is this an all-time high? Why should I buy this coin over this other coin? You know, those would be more appropriate objections than not being a programmer or coder. Okay, so to really do well in this, and this goes for all of you, is you must really know what is going on in their mind, right? Which is like, that's why you must know who it is that you're talking to, because depending on what stage they are, okay, so if they're a little bit more advanced in Bitcoin and crypto, then maybe they know about mining and mining contracts and all these different things. But most people, layman, right, they wouldn't know what mining contracts are. And here's the thing, I've seen crypto marketers, right, bomb because they try to be technical about it. They talk about things like, oh, this is the hash rate of this server that is going to be able to do all these different things. And that's when you lose the audience, okay? So start off with simple stuff that people can resonate with. Talk about the story, okay, that allowed you to discover how crypto is exciting and the future. Okay, so here's the thing I want you to attempt again. Okay.
Okay.
Tell us the story to why crypto deserves our attention. What is it that happened for you that realized, wow, I need to give my attention in crypto?
Okay. So for me, it's a bit, okay. So the thing is this first, a bit of context. I think the thing is I'm also starting to learn about this myself. So I'm also starting on this journey very early on, right? But as I said, I think initially from someone who like totally don't want to hear about it, you know, to someone who is much more enthusiastic about it now. And, you know, when I read, I can start to generate my own insights and all that stuff, right? So I think I make that shift. And then, so one, I think it has twofold. One is on a very personal level, is about getting that confidence. It's like, you know, if you are able to cross that bridge in yourself to say that, you know, I don't know about this thing, you know, this is really for men, you know, I'm just like, I just know like other stuff, you know, this is really not for me. And to this extent now, I'm really able to like understand it myself. So that's one thing, that confidence thing. The other part is, I think, you know, So I think one concept I have in mind is if I were to just invest the amount I'm really willing to lose and consider it like I spent it on a nice holiday, which I didn't. And then who knows, right? It might just become, if it becomes like, I don't know, each Bitcoin, if it goes up like 20 times or whatever, then I made a gain, right, over next few years. And that's a good money, right? I mean, and what am I giving up now is very little. So that's how I think about it. So confidence, and of course, the investment opportunity, right? And honestly, what alternatives are there really right now for you to make that such a big, how do I say, quantum leap, right, in returns? Not much, probably, yeah.
Yep.
So I think those two are probably the main one. And of course, there's also this ideology about, because I'm very passionate about contribution and all that, and donation, charitable and all that stuff. So, and then I also found out that, you know, the technology behind it, all this blockchain is able to make all these charitable donations so much better because it is, you know, very transparent, it can be tracked and all that. So it should open up much more avenue, or, you know, much more people to be willing to donate if it's marketed the right way and all that stuff, have the right traction. So it is another, I think it is also very good for humanity. So it's just like this, these three angles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so here's what I'm hearing that you guys also want to incorporate in your messaging. Okay, so what I'm hearing here is, do I address you as Queena?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Queena? Okay.
Yeah.
So what Queena says is this, right? Notice her messaging. Her messaging was a lot about contribution, society, giving back, technological shift. And I want you to know that in every single sales message, you must have that balance between two things. The two things, and this time I'm going to use the word internal and external, but it's in a different context. It is for your Queena's messaging was much focused on external, society, contribution, future of technology, right? And the truth is, while external is great, we also got to understand that people are motivated by their self-interest first, right? So from your message, I didn't hear about things like high returns. I didn't hear about things like how this was the fastest growing asset in 2017. I didn't hear about all those different things, which is what I should be hearing if I wanted to be sold by the vehicle. Now, at the same time, it's also important to know that if all you focus on is internal, which is, hey guys, here's how you can make money fast, here's how you can get crazy returns, then it sounds like it's some sort of get rich quick. You sound like a salesman trying to just go for a low level sale. Okay, so every great message must have the balance between income and impact. You must have these two things if you want to be able to weed out, number one, all the get rich quick guys, because that I can tell you it's going to give you a bunch of headaches if you attract those people who think they can push a button and make money overnight. Those are the people you want to exclude. Yeah. At the same time, it must be something bigger: contribution, family, society, right? Getting a bigger reach, touching more lives. That's great. But if all you focus on is external, which is impact, a person is listening to your message going, I can't even pay my credit card's bill at night. I mean, at the end of each month. How can you expect me to make an impact on my people? Okay, so the only thing is, Queena, you did the reverse of what most people did. Okay, I need to hear in your message more towards the income aspect of it, the internal aspect of it, because people are thinking to themselves like, how is this going to benefit me? Okay, and that's your biggest shift that you need to make. Okay. Okay, so let me just, I think that would be, guys, do me a favor, whatever it is that you have wrote out today, okay, as I'm looking on this today's call, I want you to be able to know what you did as well. So, and this will be a good documentation of what we accomplished. So whatever you have done today, I want you to take your comments and post them in here, okay? So that I'll be able to look through them, so that next week while we continue, I will be able to look at this post as well, okay? And coach you and work on the next level. Okay, so I can see that some of you, you've been on this call a couple of times, but like, I don't know if some of you are like watching Netflix or Game of Thrones as we are doing this, but I would like you to be able to post what you've been doing here as well, so that I can work together with you and coach you and help you take your messaging to the next level. But that's basically the summary of this session, which is funnel tweaks. Next week, we're going to continue with the remaining portion of this, but I want you guys to see what is the big picture of this, okay? So know that regardless of whether you are at harm's level where you already have a webinar built and you want to make tweaks, or even if you're first starting out right now, if you don't even know what your offer is, I want you to know that the entire purpose of this entire coaching is to give you that insight, the next thing that you need to work on. But I can only help you and assist you if you are taking action and if you are doing your homework, because if not, I won't be able to give you feedback. Okay, so I want to thank all of you for being on this call. I am very grateful that you sacrificed your Wednesdays to be here, and that's why your success is really my obsession. I'm just constantly thinking about how I can serve you at the highest level. So I want to thank all of you for being here. We will have our call again 2 weeks from now. Please post on the Facebook group, be more active, increase the engagement so that you'll be notified whenever there are posts that happen here. Whatever you've done today, please go ahead and make the post on the Facebook group as well. And whatever that you've been working on, go ahead and make that post as well, because I always love hearing what it is that you guys are doing. I want to thank all of you for being here, and I'll see you guys 2 weeks from now. Till then, take care and take action. Bye-bye.